Oh, good morning.
Morning.
The Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security is called to order.
Commissioner.
Sir Clerk.
Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Here.
Commissioner Baydoun.
Here.
Commissioner Basham. Here. Commissioner Scott.
Present.
Commissioner Clark Coleman.
Here.
Chairwoman, you have a quorum present.
Thank you, Sir Clerk.
Next, item B, approval of the June 12, 2019 meeting minutes.
So moved.
Support.
It's been properly moved that we approve the minutes of June 12th. Are there any questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. Sir Clerk?
Next, item C, unfinished business. There is none, Chairwoman.
Okay.
Next, item D1, under new business, forwarding a report on the results, investigations of the operations of the sexual assault rape kits for fiscal year 17 through 18.
Okay. Do we have anyone here from the prosecutor's office?
Good morning. Through the chair, Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants and Community Relations for the Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy.
Good morning.
Good morning. This report is required by the ordinance. This report is provided to you regarding the results of our investigations and operations of the sexual assault rape kits for fiscal year 2017 to 2018. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer them, but I
Okay.
believe it's self-explanatory.
So this is a reduction in the funding.
No, the first item, Madam Chair, is merely the report itself.
Oh, the report, okay.
The next item will be a reduction.
Okay. All right. So this is item. Okay.
We're required by the ordinance to provide you with a report annually. This is the annual report on what activities were carried on by the sexual assault kit team.
Yeah, but it still is.
You know what?
It's still this is one is the reduction.
No, so sorry. So, that's the second prosecutor item.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I'm looking at. All right. So this is the sexual assault kit task force.
Correct.
All right. So are there any? So would you like to make any comments on this one?
I believe the report is self-explanatory. I'm happy to answer any questions if anyone has any.
What does it say?
So you're looking at the same one I did, but that was the wrong one. Yeah. That was the wrong.
I apologize if there's any confusion. This is merely the report.
We're just not looking well.
Yeah.
That's all.
I think you're looking just fine.
Okay. Support. Oh, you support.
Okay. So it's been properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Baker McCormick. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. Sir Clerk.
Item number 2, which is the second prosecutor's item, approval of amendment number 1 to a sub-award agreement with a 1-year option to renew with the City of Detroit.
Okay. Now, tell us about that one.
Good morning again through the chair. This is unusual for us to come forward
It
with
is.
a decrease, but
It is.
the grant funding for this particular project, this is a project to provide one assistant prosecuting attorney to work with the Detroit Police Department Domestic Violence Unit to review warrant requests so that we may act on them with much more speed than the DPD having to send them through our domestic violence unit specifically and then wait for feedback. This would actually place a prosecutor there. And the reduction is because of the term of the award and the individual who was placed in this particular spot. It's a very good thing that I'd like to say we're being very fiscally responsible and frugal using the resources. But again, this is grant funds, and overall, placing a prosecutor at the Detroit Police Department to deal with this domestic violence issue head on right on the spot is a great thing for the county.
And where will this person be stationed?
At the Detroit Police
At the
Headquarters.
headquarters?
Yes.
At the headquarters. Okay, so I get my first question when I looked at this was, okay, so so you initially received $167,000.
Correct.
And so you're reducing your amount to $73,000, and so that leaves, so the remaining $93,000 will be recaptured.
Correct.
It will go back into the fund.
It'll go back into the fund, and we will be looking to, we're going to see how this grant works out for this year. And if it's successful, of course, we're going to be seeking funding again for next year.
But you would have access to the additional funds, though, right?
We do. We will.
You will.
We do, and we will.
Okay. So can I ask you, why didn't you have like two people?
Primarily because of the problem we're having in keeping people. What we've had to do is assign, I believe, an APA-2 is sent to this particular spot. Madam Chair, we are suffering. We've had 14 prosecutors leave us because we cannot compete with Oakland County and Macomb County. The problem here is simply being able to put experienced personnel in that particular spot.
And they would have to be experienced.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
We believe, and I have to say, not just we, Prosecutor Worthy believes that every single community of our 43 in Wayne County is equally important. But because of the number of these domestic violence complaints in Detroit, it is extremely important that we concentrate at the DPD.
Okay. So they would only be handling Detroit cases, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay.
That one prosecutor will be dedicated simply to domestic violence cases for Detroit. We have an entire unit that handles the rest of the county. It covers domestic violence, elder abuse, child abuse, and so on. That is a unit made up of a number of experienced prosecutors that cover the entire county.
I see. Okay. I see. So are there any questions from?
Motion to approve.
Support.
Okay. I guess there are no questions. Okay. It's been properly moved by Commissioner Baidoon, supported by Commissioner Scott. And there are no questions on the motion. So all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries.
Thank you for your courtesy.
Thank you.
Next,
Sir Clerk.
Next item, D3, approval of modification number 4 to a 5-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Tyler Technologies, Inc.
Okay, we got the Sheriff's Department here today.
Good morning, Sumaya Harb, Director of Administration, and with me I have the Director of Technology, Stevie Tuma. This modification is to increase the dollar amount for the contract by $7,371 to provide us with more maintenance on the software. And if you have any specific questions, Stevie Tuma can answer those.
Okay, so the total cost, $7,371. This is for would you please explain to us this technology that this covers?
Yeah, it's our classification software.
Identify yourself, please.
Stevie Tuma, Director of Technology for the Sheriff's
Okay,
Office.
all right.
It's a classification technology for the jail. Whenever inmates come in, they're all classified on different levels. And this technology takes multiple data points and modules and helps us give them a classification level when they come into jail. So it uses all those data points so it could classify someone as a 1, 2, 3. And classification is what is a key component to operating our jails, because that's how we keep inmates separate.
Okay,
Think about having somebody in for like a,
number one might go to this particular jail, number two might go to another, and three might go to.
multiple security levels, correct?
Okay, all right. So that's what this is what this technology does?
Yes, it assists in the decision-making process.
Okay. And you currently have a contract, right?
Absolutely, and that contract will end December 31st of 2019.
Okay, are you guys working on renewing this one?
Yes, but we can't start the renewal process until this modification is completed, and then we'll do the renewal process.
Okay, so you're modifying it from 3.2, oh no, that's 3.
3.26
That's 3
Yeah.
trillion.
to 3,270.
3 billion, okay. Yeah, so you're adding on $7,000 to the current contract.
Yes.
And can you just tell me why it's necessary to add this on?
To answer your question, when we started the modification number 3, we were extending that 1-year renewal option that we had.
Right.
We went to the vendor, which is Tyler, and said, hey, let us know what it's going to cost us to extend 1 more year. When they gave us the cost, they forgot that component of it, which is the classification component. They gave us a dollar amount for what it would cost, but they forgot this dollar amount for the classification part of it. And we didn't pick up on it, and they didn't pick up on it. So when we are looking at the dollar amount and seeing what we have in maintenance, we brought it to their attention that they never gave us this portion of the modification or this agreement, this maintenance agreement. So we went back, and that's why we're coming back to you again.
Okay, so had you not done this, then you would have been short.
We would have been short for the vendor to pay them. They would have provided the services, but we wouldn't have been able to pay them without coming back to you.
Okay. Okay, are there questions on this item?
I just, oh.
No, so thank you, Madam Chair. So I'm assuming this service has already been provided, this technology is already in use, correct?
Oh, it's been in use for the past 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're just shortchanging them, that's basically it.
We didn't shortchange them, we're not shortchanging them.
Not on purpose.
Not intentionally, no. When they provided the quote for the 1-year renewal, they forgot, the Tyler Technology, the company forgot to add this part of it.
Okay.
So if we don't add it, then we don't get that service.
Absolutely.
I motion to
Double-edged
approve.
sword.
Commissioner, Backer, okay. It's
motion to
properly
approve.
moved by Commissioner Baydoun, supported by Commissioner Scott. Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I guess for me, the question, we've already paid $3 million for this contract. So-
The full amount of the contract would be.
We have not necessarily paid it.
We have
haven't
not paid
it
this
yet.
last part of it. But if we go all the way to December 31st, 2019, we would have paid $3,270,000 by the end of the contract.
So is that 7,000 in addition to the 3?
It's in addition to the
Million to-
$3,262,875.
Okay, so, and this doesn't cover what we're asking them to do? The 3 million? It doesn't cover the cost of,
The additional.
yeah, the,
Additional
service.
costs, yes,
Yeah,
it does
okay.
not
Service.
cover. Yeah.
and I guess I'm just not clear why
You were-
that wouldn't cover.
Miscommunication.
You were out of the room when I was
Okay.
saying that in modification number 3, when we asked the vendor to give us a quote, the vendor forgot that portion of the quote
Okay.
for
and-
this service. So we're coming back to you after we and the other company realized that that was never quoted.
Okay, and so because the contractor made an error, we're now going back and paying them money for the error that they made in the quote. Is that what we're doing?
In essence.
Go ahead.
I would say yes, but it's not that they made an error. This part of, this classification maintenance was part of the contract, but only when we tried to use the extended 1-year warranty, 1-year extension, is when they quoted us wrong.
Okay.
So there's an implied understanding
Implied
that this is.
Yeah,
That they would
yeah.
get paid for any,
Yes.
And if we don't do this,
We can't
then
classify the inmates.
we can't require them to give the full service. Is that right?
Yes.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions on this motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Next, item E, such of the matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
Not been made aware of any.
Item F, public comments.
Is there anyone from the public who would like to address any of the issues that we discussed here today? Is there anyone here from the public who would like to address any of the issues discussed here today? Hearing none.
Item G, adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
This meeting is adjourned.